Hi guys, welcome to Kitchen Talk, Living with Food Allergies Part 3. I apologize for the slight delay. I was just having some technical malfunctions. Hello everyone, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so patiently for tuning in. I'm getting better at this. I know it's really basic stuff. Anyhow, just wanted to wish everyone a happy Canada Day. I know that was, 2 days ago. I'm Lorelyn, your host, founder and CEO of Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hi, Facebook. So we've got Facebook Live and we also have Instagram Live. Guys, thank you all. This is the Food Allergy Awareness and Living with Food Allergies Part 3. If you haven't watched part 1 or 2, I advise that you do. I've been living with food allergies now for 20 plus years, and I thought I would be more bold and more open to sharing my stories. And you know, the reason why I started the company Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts is really because of my food allergies. I was diagnosed, again, I'm just going to tell you my story. I was diagnosed over 20 years ago with several food allergies, actually, to the 7 top food ingredients. You know, I was 27 at the time, and guys, could you imagine, you know, I woke up one day and just didn't really understand what was happening to my body. I live a pretty healthy lifestyle, and, you know, I was getting all of these heart palpitations and couldn't breathe, and just, you know, really unexplainable at the time situations and episodes in my life where I had to get rushed to the hospital. It was actually a true story. I was at a friend's house, and it was a dinner party. And during that dinner party, I had to call the ambulance because of my, at the time I didn't understand what was happening, but I had a food allergy. And so I found out I was, you know, just through many tests through a naturopathic doctor, as well as through a medical, medical physician specializing in food allergies. I got tested, and I was diagnosed with the 7 top food ingredients, which was eggs, dairy, wheat, corn, soy, rice. I was not allergic to nuts, gluten. I had to remove all of that out of my diet. 20 plus years ago. Guys, at the time, I just thought, geez, what is going on with my body? And I may have fallen into a slight depression for a very short time period because, you know, I thought I just didn't want it to defeat me. And as long as I knew exactly what was happening to my body, I knew I could adapt and adjust and live life like I was normal. I didn't feel normal at the time. I mean, I had anxiety, a lot of anxiety. I was taking anti-anxiety medication for a very for a very, very short time. And I had to eliminate eggs out of my diet and all the other ingredients as well. So I was eating it, on the upside, I was eating very clean, but also, I had to read every single package and ingredient when it came to, going to the grocery store or anywhere, really. Like, I didn't have the freedom to just live freely. I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, now I'm cool, I live with it, and I'm a champ, and I championed it up, I didn't let it defeat me. But there's a lot of you out there that have these food allergies, and it's scary. I'm scared even until today. Even if it's been 20 plus years, I still have my guard up every time I go out to a restaurant. And we'll get into that. So I'm anaphylaxis to eggs. Anaphylaxis, I could pronounce it, but it's really, sometimes it's difficult. To eggs, as well as sesame. So, I'm here to share my food allergy stories with you guys. The other day, several days ago, I came across this may contain movie, and it was on Instagram. And I thought, oh, this is really interesting, because I've been talking about, in the last episode, I talked about may contain. Hi guys, thank you all for joining. Thank you. Hi Facebook. Thank you all for tuning in. The may contain, I really got into that, and I thought to myself, my gosh, look at the timing of this. There's a film that just got released July 1st called May Contain My Life. And I thought, oh, this is really interesting. And it's on the justlikeyouTV.org website, so you can stream it online. It just got released. It's available to the public, and I can't wait to watch it, because that's going to be my Saturday night movie. And it offers a powerful documentary film that shares the unfiltered stories of kids and families living with food allergies. And these stories only humanizes a public health crisis, but also ignites empathy in every audience, showcasing the impact of food allergies. Guys, food allergies is it's a growing epidemic where there is no cure. You have to be able, if you have it, you have to be able to navigate it and understand it and be proactive, because it could also be fatal and life-threatening, depending on how severe your food allergy is. And if you have anaphylaxis to ingredients that are, again, it could be anywhere, wherever you're traveling, it could be on an airplane, you could be at a school, you could be at a restaurant. This can result into something that is fatal. I'm here to just kind of, save lives and give you some instructions on how I navigate the system, because it's really important to be proactive. And if you guys know anyone that has food allergies, guys, empathize with them and be on their team and their side, because this is a mainstream thing. There are more and more people today in their adult years getting food allergies, and it happened to me as well. Okay, so doesn't matter. It's not discriminatory. It can happen at any age, and maybe it won't happen to you, but again, 1 in 2 Canadian households is affected with food allergies. Okay, guys, that's pretty big. And in the U.S., it's 33 Americans, 1 in 13 kids, and 1 in 10 adults, and it's growing. So, when I get into these chat rooms and these, communities that are on Facebook and Instagram, and I read on the bullying that happens, I'm not happy to hear about that, because, again, with kids and teens that are being bullied with food allergies, guys, this is a serious matter. It can cause someone's life to be taken. So, again, we'll talk about that at another date, but I was just reading up on some comments and some stories on how kids can just be so, again, they're not aware, but food allergy awareness really needs to be a community. It needs to start within the community. And community awareness meaning that, again, guys, it's more and more apparent today. I mean, when you go out, you have servers and you have hosts and you have managers that ask, does anyone here have a food allergy? Because, guys, over the last 10 years, I have seen a lot. I've seen changes, but not enough change. And there just needs to be more awareness, which is why there's this movie out. There's a lot of organizations and more and more people out today, celebrities, athletes, that are coming out that really expose their food allergies, because it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm certainly not ashamed of having a food allergy, okay, guys, because it's really about my attitude and just how I take control of my own life. And I'm here to just share with you, ways on how you can navigate the system, right? So it's really important that we share our stories and we also educate people today, and just retail owners and shops and restaurants and anything that can expose food allergens to the general public, because it is becoming more mainstream today. So I'm really here to educate. I'm really here to share my story, and I think You know, the more we educate and the more we share our stories, the more lives that we are changing and the more lives that we are saving. I just want to give a shout out to the Allergy Foundation as well, because recently we've just been communicating, and I did read up on Elijah's story and the tragedy behind it. And I'd like to save that for the next Kitchen Talk with Lorelyn, food allergies and living with food allergies, and spreading the awareness. You know, it is a growing concern. It is definitely an epidemic, and there is no cure. So, guys, let's all work together, and let's work together, and let's make this easier for the allergy community to be able to, live freely and just live normally, within the community of those that don't have food allergies, right? So I just want to say that, and again, for those of you that's tuning in, there is a movie that's out, and it's called May Contain My Life, and it was just released July 1st, and I can't wait to watch it because it's a documentary about, real life stories, food allergy, living with food allergies, and so I just want to share that with you. You can log into justlikeyouTV.org, and you'll be able to find the film. And I think it's powerful, and I'm excited to watch it because, I see more and more today that there's film, there's movies, there's documentaries that are, coming out with these real life stories. And I think it's important that we are, as a community, those that have food allergies, that we raise the awareness. There are many nonprofit organizations out there that educate, and so you can go online, check them out. In Canada, you've got the Food Allergy Canada website. Please check them out. And in the United States, you have FAIR, and you've got also, Natasha's Foundation. You've got lots and lots of those organizations. You've got the Allergy Foundation as well for food allergies and asthma education. I have asthma. I grew up with asthma, so for me, it's really important, guys, that if you have food allergies, and again, I'm here to educate and really here to serve the community, and also educate those that don't have food allergies but have family members and also friends and colleagues and work colleagues that have food allergies, right? I carry my 2 EpiPens with me everywhere I go. Okay, you need 2. I have my allergy inhalers. I carry them with me everywhere I go. And I also have my Benadryl. Well, there is a pack of Benadryl in my purse, but, there's only so many things you can carry in your purse. But I do carry it with me. It's really important. I carry it with me everywhere I go. Even when I'm at the gym, I carry all of these. It's my first aid kit. Just in case something happens. I never let my guard down because I never want to assume that I just never want to assume. I want to be able to be prepared at all times in event that there's any situation. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. We're live on Facebook, and we're also live on Instagram. So again, for those of you that's tuning in, how are you guys? How are you? I'm here live in Toronto. What a beautiful day it is. We just celebrated Canada Day not too long ago. And then, of course, we have, the July 4th, celebration also coming up as well. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys all for your patience. I'm here to just talk to you about living with food allergies. What I've done, and again, I want to share with you my experiences. I was diagnosed with food allergies, for those of you tuning in, about 20 plus years ago. And, because I'm also allergic to sesame, that is a huge one as well, because if I breathe it, it actually causes my throat to close. And so I was unable to attend a family event because there was sesame around. And I this is a true story. I had to leave. And that's okay, because no offense to anyone, I'm not here to put down anyone, but I have to say, unfortunately, I had to sit out. And, that to me is, it sucks, right? I'm just going to be straight. Thankfully, my family's very understanding, but when it comes to my life, I had to sit out at a family event because I can smell it, and it bothered me. And I knew right away, guys, you have to listen to your gut, and you have to listen to your body. If it is uncomfortable for you, do not try to pretend that everything is okay. No, you take action right away. Food allergies is very serious, and I want everyone to know this. How did these allergies come about? This is from Danny G. Thank you all. Thank you for asking the question. I really appreciate it. Hereditary from birth or acquired in... No, it was actually acquired in later years. I'm turning 49, and it happened to me when I was 27. And I've always lived a healthy lifestyle. I've always, when I say that, I mean, I ate pretty healthy. I was active. I took my vitamins. So this does not discriminate. This just happens. And I don't understand it. I didn't understand it, but you live with it. You got to move on. And over the years, and again, I started the company, my business, Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts, because of this. I want everyone to know this, and you see this on my personal feeds and also my business feeds of me promoting my product and the products, because it is something that I wanted to give back to, and I'll get into that later. But I'm here to really discuss about food allergies and living with food allergies. I'm really happy to see that a lot of restaurants and a lot of places and events that are offering, especially when traveling, because when you're on a plane and you're stuck, this has been my problem and this has been my issue, but I always pack food anyways because I'm not really happy with airplane food, to be honest with you. I'm okay with it, but I guess it depends on the airline you're flying with. But sometimes it's okay. There's been some airlines that have these food allergen friendly snacks, but I'm talking about, what I just would prefer if I could just bring my own food with me. It would be a lot healthier. Okay, but they're getting better today on the airlines because I have been traveling quite frequently, and it's important that you let everyone know of your food allergy. Absolutely. No one in my family has food allergies. Let me just think. No, we have asthma. I grew up with asthma and environmental allergies, absolutely, to pollen and ragweed. So that is a family history, and we have actually all of my direct family members have environmental allergies. So that is very common. But no one is allergic to eggs. And so I haven't had an egg in like 20 years. And it's interesting because the reaction that I get is, oh my God, it must be so tough and hard. I'm like, yeah, maybe for like the first, 6 months to a year to figure it out. I figured it out. I can still have my proteins, and I can still, enjoy a lot of the other offerings that are available when it comes to food. But yeah, true story. I haven't had an egg in like 20 years. And so, things that I have to do, I have to pack food with me. It's constant. It's become a lifestyle. It's become an automatic, I would have to say, not reaction, but, I always plan for things just in case. For example, there's a lot of barbecues that are going on. There's a lot of events. There's a lot of dinner parties. I just want, and if I can't have anything, I just always need to have a backup, And so I've been reading a lot of stories where, there's like certain celebrities that, they would attend a gala, and they have these food allergies, and they would have to pack food. And I'm like, I can totally relate to that, I always have a snack. I always pack food. I always have a backup, just in case. When it comes to restaurants, I always like to navigate I like to go to the restaurants that I am comfortable with, where I'm a creature of habit. So if I like a spot and I'm taken care of and they remember my food allergies, guys, I can't say enough that service And, you know, hospitality and service is really, really important to me, because if they remember your food allergies, I mean, guys, there's, to me, that to me is, it means the world. But again, you might order the same dish that you always order because you're a creature of habit, which I am, but that dish may change. The ingredients may change. So guys, don't take it for granted. Always, always, always let your server in the restaurant know of your food allergies consistently. So please continue on and just never give it up. Marco Tasco Appliances, I will say hello. Thank you for tuning in. Do you care? Of course, yes, I do carry an EpiPen. Do you have food allergies, by the way? Guys, food allergies. This is a food allergy awareness, food allergy episode. So, Deanne Reggae, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrect. I always carry EpiPens. I carry 2 EpiPens. And I also carry my Benadryl, and I also carry my asthma inhalers, because these symptoms of food allergies and the symptoms of anaphylaxis, which I have, starts with, okay, something feels really off, and it's usually, you know, in my stomach, and then it tends to be in my throat, and then it tends to be like I can't digest whatever I'm eating, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable. I usually have an espresso or black coffee of something. I don't know what it is, guys, but I asked a friend who's like a medical doctor, and I said, I'll have to like have a lot of coffee or caffeine, black, hot. I'm not saying that that's going to save my life, but I have to say I've had many close calls in my life where it doesn't say anything about eggs or sesame, but there's something in whatever I am eating or ingesting that is completely off. And, you know, one thing that I like to eat, and I make my own desserts, by the way, and I make my own, anyways, we'll get into that sooner or later. What time is it now? Okay, it's 1:35. We started a bit late, guys. I'm so sorry. But protein bars is something that I carry with me. And I had an episode last year where I had a protein bar, and I don't want to say the company. I looked at the contain, I looked at the may contain. May contain is very gray. I don't screw around, and I don't take chances on may contains, because you never know. And that's just me. But again, it really comes down to the manufacturer. It really comes down to the processes of the manufacturing, because there is a lot of cross-contamination when it comes to packaged products, okay? Having my own, or having Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts, which is a company I started because of my food allergies. All right, I'm just going to get right into it. I started Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts because I love to indulge, and I love desserts. And I couldn't have any desserts because of my food allergies. There's a lot of products out there for the last 20 years that has eggs that I love and enjoy. Eggs and sesame. Okay, those are the 2. And so I just want to look at the time, 1:39. Okay. Food cross-contamination is so, it's more and more apparent. It happens all the time where something does not, it says, it doesn't even say contain or may contain, but there's a reaction to it. And that is scary. That is the scariest thing that could ever happen to anyone that has food allergies. So I had a protein bar, and I got rushed to the hospital. I automatically felt it in my throat. I automatically felt that I couldn't breathe. And I knew that I had to get rushed to the hospital right away. And it's a true story. Luckily, the hospital was just down the street, thankfully, but I knew right away something was completely off. So with Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts, I started the company. Well, I started to create these products really for myself. I wanted to have products that actually taste like the real thing, because I felt, even though I knew I was, you know, whatever, I can get through this, big deal. I'm allergic to eggs. Okay, right? My life doesn't end there. I can have other things. I can have other things aside from sesame. But it was tough because I had intolerances as well. But now I was able to introduce dairy and rice and corn and soy into my diet. But when it came to desserts, I started to create my own recipes that was allergy safe, meaning it didn't contain the top food allergens, number one. It was gluten-free, vegan, plant-based as well. So this is Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts. This is my brand. We're going to be launching a 2.0 version of it this fall through Amazon, TikTok. It's going to go wild. It's going to be out there because this is something that is so, I'm very passionate about because, first of all, it doesn't taste like a gluten-free or a vegan, plant-based, or an allergen-free cookie. It tastes like a real cookie. And that's the way I wanted it. And also because of my love for fitness and nutrition and my background, I wanted to create something that was even healthier for you, that you can enjoy. So for those of you that have tried the product, it's been in retail, it's been in food service, hospitality. I supply the Rogers Center, VIP suites as well in Toronto, hotels, etc. They all know that the 2.0 is coming out, okay? And I have cookies, I have brownies, and I have muffins. Banana muffin and carrot muffin is outstanding. And I just want to thank everyone for, and again, this was all made from home, but I have a manufacturer, a huge manufacturer that makes and produces, obviously, my products. It always has been that way from the beginning because of the food safety measures of the way it's been made and processed. So when it comes to food packaging, guys, I'm very, very, very strict about the certifications and the protocols of what happens inside the manufacturer and the plant. It's really important because I have food allergies. So it's important that I disclaim and am very transparent about what is the ingredients and the processes behind the production of these types of products. Okay, so I'm here to share with you my stories and how I live with food allergies every single day. Okay? And I'm good with it. I'm so empowered because I'm here to share my stories, and I know there's huge communities out there that have food allergies. And you know, you might have been ashamed of it for a little bit, but there's no need to because you're no different than any other person that is living in this world, okay? So the kids and the teens out there that have it, don't be ashamed because you're not the only one. And it happens to everybody, okay? But we're here to educate those that don't have food allergies to be more sensitive, to be accommodating, and to understand 1 in 2 Canadians are affected with food allergies, 1 in 2 Canadian households, as well as in America, in the United States, 33 Americans, 1 in 10 adults, and 1 in 13 kids. That is massive. So, guys that don't have food allergies, I'm sure you know somebody, or you have someone in the family, or you have friends that have food allergies. Be a little bit more sensitive, be a little bit more accommodating, especially if you're inviting them over for a party or a dinner. I really appreciate my fiance's family for understanding that I have food allergies. They will tell me what I cannot have and what I can have because it is also apparent in their family that they have food allergies. And the same thing goes for my family as well. So I really, really appreciate that. My daughter has crazy allergies. We deal with this daily. Marco Tasco Appliances. Yeah, my son. Well, there you go, guys. You know what? I'm so happy. My daughter, even during Halloween, will knock on doors, and for the first, she asks if the candies are peanut-free. You see, guys, I've known this for years. Yeah, same with my wife. She never takes chances. As a parent, and I know there's tons of parents out there that have food allergies, that have many friends where their guard is up constantly, especially in schools, okay? Because, again, if it's airborne, and I have an airborne allergy, okay, when it comes to sesame, if I smell it and it is so distinct, if I smell sesame, I have to leave. Like, if it's really strong, I have to leave, So, don't take chances, let everyone know and be vocal about it. Don't be embarrassed. You're not you're not putting someone in a, you know, you're saving a life. Don't be embarrassed. You're not too much. I'm just letting you guys know, in case you feel like you're bothering anyone, please. The last thing you want to do is feel like you're bothering anyone. If to them, they I don't know, they roll their eyes, or they're like, you can't come, all right, well, like, you know, what's next? I just want you guys to know that you're not the only ones out there with food allergies. There are millions of people, and you can get it at any time. So don't be discouraged. And I'm happy that schools today don't allow nuts or peanuts. There's even folks that are allergic to fruit. I'm not allergic to fruit, thank God. So again, let's not mess around with food allergies. Always come prepared. Always have your EpiPens available. And if you have asthma, which I have asthma, I always have to make sure I carry 2. And I have a stack of these Benadryls as well. Okay? If you guys have any questions at all, oh my gosh. Hi, Mom. Hi, Lorelyn. My mom's like, hi. I can't really see, but I'm so happy I'm on Facebook. And I'm so happy that I'm here on Instagram. So I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. This will all be saved. I know it's a busy time. We just celebrated Canada Day, and then we've got, you know, July 4th. I have a lot of American friends out there as well. Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts is a food allergy company, that desserts company that I started because of my food allergies. They're gluten-free, they're plant-based, they're vegan. There's no nuts in them as well. And also they're better for you, so they have healthier ingredients, but they taste delicious. And this is something that I made with love. So for those of you that have known my story for years, you guys know all about it as well. And the 2.0 is coming out. It is going to be insane. I'm not even disclosing the secret sauce yet, because there was one more key area that I am focused on. And once the product is out and available, I will definitely announce it to the world. So it's going to all be available on Amazon and TikTok Shop across Canada and the United States. And I'm super excited about that. Retailers and food service as well. So we'll be expanding there throughout the several years that we'll be launching. So super excited about that. It's really all about giving back, and you know, I've stayed true to myself. I stayed true to the brand. Okay, so if you guys know anyone that's living with food allergies, please share and let them know about, you know, these kitchen talk food allergy awareness episodes, because they're going to be continual. I really think that this is such an important topic, and there's lots of organizations I definitely want to share with you in the next talk. I discussed about this movie that's coming out, or that's already been out, July 1st. It was just released. It's called May Contain My Life. And, you know, if you watch the other episode of Kitchen Talk, I talked about the May Contains. May Contains are super great. You know, may contain could be may contain nuts, may contain eggs. I don't know if I want to risk my life for the may contains, right? So it's a question of, to me, it's black and white. There is no gray. If it says may contain, hasta la vista. You know, I won't be eating you. That's for sure. I won't be having that piece of cake or whatever it is that I want. Let's talk about Shanusa. Shanusa is a Canadian-made brand, Shanusa Superfoods. All right, I always plug them in because aside from the food allergy, you know, the Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts, we're going to do a Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts protein line as well down the road with Shanusa. I'm super stoked about this. I'm really into fitness and health, and I, you know, have always, my family knows this, my nieces and nephews know this, that I would add protein in pancakes that I would make for them. And so, you know, prior to starting this, I helped to manage over 30 plus fitness centers for women, and you know, I just believe in eating in a balanced way. Okay, and adding protein to desserts and adding protein to products, adding protein just adds a little bit more balance. It adds a lot of balance, not just a little bit, but a lot. So Shanusa is, again, the number one. They have amazing products, not just protein. This is a plant-based protein. I also like their whey a lot. I'm okay with dairy. But they also have, I'm sorry, I'm just reaching, collagen, which is amazing too. They have a lot of great products. Their electrolytes are bang on. I love their electrolytes. Shout out to Shanusa. We're going to do a lot of amazing things together. Okay, guys? So I have my smoothie every single day. All right. Here's my powerful berry antioxidant smoothie. And I also add yogurt to my protein as well. I love just plain yogurt to my protein with Shanusa. Okay, so I'm sure you guys know of them. They are super clean. The quality of the ingredients is outstanding. You'll notice results right away. Not all protein is created equally. I believe that. Not all products and supplements are created equally. So, you want to do your due diligence and you want to do your research as well. So we have JB Wood Floors. Who else is on here? There's a lot of folks that have food allergies, guys. So, today's episode is really all about educating the awareness, because I've been living with food allergies for 20 plus years. And not all of you know this, because I don't really promote myself and I'm not there advertising myself as someone that lives with food allergies. But for those of you that, obviously know me, that we've gone out, we've breaking bread, it's the first thing that I always talk about, right, is my food allergies. So I want to give a couple of shout outs. We have Sunshine Girl from Asia. She's always on the Kitchen Talk with Lorelyn. So thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. It's almost 2 o'clock. So guys, please check out the movie. It's called May Contain My Life. And it's on the justlikeyouTV.org. You can stream online, okay? I can't wait to watch it. I'll be watching that this Saturday. And it's all about, it's a powerful documentary film that shares the unfiltered stories of kids and families today living with food allergies. And so I'm so happy that I came across, the May Contain community, the film, because it was just so serendipitous that these Kitchen Talk episodes is really all about, sharing the awareness. I was never vocal about it. And, super excited to launch Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts. Guys, you know what? Do support. And, I'm here to change lives and save a lot of lives and help those in the allergy community that really, are looking for a healthier and indulgent treat, as myself, that wants to enjoy life. Before I let you go, I'm going to say I remember showcasing at the Food Allergy Expo, and I just remember these kids would come up to my table, and I was showcasing Lorelyn's, and this was a few years ago, more than a few years ago. It was before the pandemic, and these kids would just come to my table, and their faces were super sad. I'm telling you, super unhappy, something has happened to their soul. And I know, and I can relate, even though I was an adult, having these food allergy, being diagnosed with food allergies later in life. But I just remember I would see all these kids eat my cookies, and then all of a sudden, they're smiling, their faces had lightened up, and I said, you can absolutely enjoy these. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually eat something that I really love and enjoy. Guys, I understand how that feels. Truly. I really do. And so, I'm here to change lives, and I'm here to make a difference. And if you like what you're hearing and you love what I am advocating, and please share and tell all your friends and your family about me. And if there's any topics and you want to be a guest on the show, please, I'd love to have you. Lots are happening behind the scenes. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, you can follow me on YouTube, and I'm also on TikTok, okay guys? So thank you all for tuning in, making the time, and if you haven't been able to, please share my Kitchen Talk and please share Lorelyn's Gourmet Desserts with the community, because it is it's going to change a lot of lives, and I'm here to, you know, brighten up people's faces and souls and just make the world a happier and better place. So anyways, love you. Thank you all. Count your blessings. Be grateful every single day. And I'll see you guys in the next Kitchen Talk with Lorelyn. Next week, it's every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it'll be around 1 p.m. So thank you, and thank you, family, and thank you, friends. And thank you all. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon, all right? Be safe and enjoy and have a fabulous weekend. Cheers.